If I ran NASA, it would be mandatory for the ground crew to be dressed as apes when the space shuttle lands. Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Akorn, and today is Friday, which means it's time for Gen X and Millennial Memes, where we finally remember all the things we didn't even know we forgot about. If you like these videos and want to help support the channel, please watch this video to the end. Hit that like and subscribe, and share this video with your family, friends, and social media. We have some good memes and memories today. But first, school is now in session. And here is today's pop quiz. What was the original last name of Arnold and Willis before they were adopted on different strokes? If you think you know, drop it down in the comments now. We'll come back to the answer later on in the show. I'm still thinking about the fact that Ralph is months older than Thomas. It's sort of funny how some people just never seem to age, or at the very least, just not nearly as fast as everyone else. Not a cell phone in sight, just people living in the moment. Just for a moment. Scratching your knuckles on the concrete wall while using this. That was true with some of them, especially if they weren't installed in the right place. One of these has to go. To be completely honest, I don't really care. I don't eat any of these type cakes anymore. None of them's any good. They're not made with the ingredients that they were back in the day, and you can definitely taste the difference. What do you guys think? The last time I had faith in the news was when it was with Huey Lewis. Fact check true. The Kmart electric carving knife your family pulled out once or twice a year back in the day. Yeah, that's true. And most of the time it ended up that it didn't want to work right or didn't want to cut good, so they ended up using a regular knife anyway.
If you look as broad as this, and you'd rather look as slim as this, try the AIDS Reducing Plan. Delicious tasting AIDS candy contains vitamins and minerals, no drugs. Taken with a hot drink before meals, AIDS helps you curb your appetite. You eat less because you want less, so you lose weight naturally. Thousands of men and women have lost weight on the AIDS plan. You can too. Why not try AIDS? They work.
Playing Army when we were growing up. Playing Army growing up in the 2020s. It took me 40 years to realize that Mario's trousers are a space invader. How many of you guys knew this? Because somehow I just never saw it. But they're pretty much right. Who is under the cape? Wrong answers only. Andy Griffith. The mild-mannered, small-town, straight-shooting sheriff by day, and the dark crusader in Gotham City by night. I want to hear your guys' answers in the comments. Yeah, we were just practicing those number 2 pencil tattoos. You know, the ones that a lot of us still have on our hands or our leg or wherever, because somehow or another you ended up getting stabbed, or you stabbed yourself with a pencil. 40 years ago, these 4 men saved New York City, and it'll be 41 years come June. Need to settle a massive debate. What are these called? We just always called them popsicles. I know some kids called them other things. Icy pops, freeze pops, and whatever else, but we just called them popsicles. What did you guys call them? 1985. I can't wait to see what the world is like in 40 years. 2025. I miss 1985. Do you remember when your friends used to show up at your door to come out and play? It's 3 p.m. on a hot day. Your worst enemy. Yep, a baking sheet with a letter. The McDLT. It's the tastiest way to enjoy delicious, cool lettuce, tomatoes, and cheese with a hot 1/4 pound beef patty on a sesame seed bun. And as we've tried to explain on past episodes, it is a McDLT, not a McDeluxe. I'm just kidding, guys. Chill out. Everybody can call it whatever they want to. Just go to McDonald's and try to order one today, though. This was submitted by Akornzstash channel viewer, Jeepin' Man. He said that this was his mom's. How many of you guys remember what this is? If you think you know, drop it down in the comments. Kids today don't know the meaning of cold. For the most part, it was a little before my time. Although, in some rural areas, there are people who still use outhouses to this day. We had self-driving technology back in the 80s. Say hello to Christine. One minute you're young and cool, maybe even a little dangerous, and the next minute you're reading Amazon reviews for birdseed. You can only take one dog home. Well, Scooby and Clifford would eat you out of house and home. I don't think I'd want Brian. Courage would probably make a good dog. Snoopy, of course, also. Then you got Pluto, Astro, Droopy, and Goofy. And yes, I am sorry to inform many of you that Goofy is indeed a dog, and not a cow. According to Disney, Goofy is a cartoon character created by the Walt Disney Company. He is a tall, anthropomorphic dog who typically wears a turtleneck and vest with pants, shoes, white gloves, and a tall hat originally designed as a rumpled fedora. Goofy is a close friend of Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and is Max Goose's father. So at least now, in these days, Goofy apparently has been confirmed to be a dog.
Bud. Wise. Bud. Wise. Bud. Bud. Wise. Bud. Wise. Bud. Bud. Wise. Bud. Wise. Bud. Wise. Bud. Wise. Bud.
Maybe I was raised wrong, but I was taught if you wanted something, you worked for it. Yep, it's very true. Me watching reboots of my favorite childhood movies that had nothing wrong with them in the first place. Yeah, there was somebody that wrote they should only do remakes of failed movies instead of the classics. And I have to say, I fully agree. So, how did you get into classical music? Me. Whoever said I can't cook has obviously never tasted my cereal. Well, they're not wrong. Imagine how hard of a flex the limited edition Cancun Marlboro jacket must have been in the 80s. Who's old enough to remember this toy? I was in Walmart the other day, walking down one of the main aisles, and it was 3 young guys walking the other way, and I heard them talking about what time the Walmart was supposed to close. And it was one of them that piped up and said, Walmart used to be 24 hours back in the day. We've come full circle. On the set of The Princess Bride, Andre the Giant once let out a 16-second fart and brought production to a standstill. Nobody said anything except director Rob Reiner, who said, "Are you okay, Andre?" To which Andre replied,
I am now, boss.
If you used to watch a certain classic cartoon, you will certainly recognize this character. Wood grain, the bling of the 80s. Yeah, it certainly was. They literally tried to put it on everything. Back in the day as kids, we didn't have earrings. We had these. Is this true, ladies? Any of you have these? Remember going to a restaurant and being asked if you'd like to sit in the smoking or non-smoking section? Yep, certainly do. As a matter of fact, there was one local restaurant up until just a few years ago who still had a smoking section. Actually, it was more like a smoking room section, kind of off to the side by itself. One reason I liked it is because no one else was ever in there. Why is Batman 1 word, Iron Man 2 words, and Spider-Man 2 words with a dash? Those are all very good questions. In 5th grade, when our classwork is done, we're allowed to go pick an SRA to read at our desks. I don't ever remember these. Did any of you guys have these at your school? The early bird might get the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. When you have to pretend you're in a good mood at work. Yep, this is true. When you see Arnold Schwarzenegger, what is the first movie that comes to mind? Well, you could say Conan the Barbarian. However, I think for the majority of people, the first movie that comes to mind is Terminator. Someone went through and classified music for each one of them. Do you guys agree or disagree? Who misses these? The orange ones were pretty good. Friends don't tell friends that 1980 was 45 years ago. One time in 3rd grade, I zoned out, and I don't think I ever zoned back in. It's quite possible. Who still eats cornbread and milk? I never liked it. My dad would eat it sometimes, but my grandma on my mom's side, she really liked it, and my mom still likes to eat cornbread with milk. You've not experienced true fear until a poster falls down in the middle of the night. It's even worse if it lands on your head in the middle of the night. I had that happen once. Walt Disney Productions 1960 model, The Fox and the Hound. Remember this? Yep, we're old. And I'll end the video with this. Sometimes I wish I could just rewind back to the old days and press pause just for a little while. I want to thank all of you who watched this video to the end, as it really helps to support the channel. If you like this series and want to see more, then please share these videos with your family and friends. And consider hitting that like button, and if you haven't already, smash subscribe and click that bell so you'll never miss another episode. Also remember to drop by our second channel on Saturday for a brand new episode of hilarious and funny signs that'll brighten up your day. But I'll see you guys back here on this channel for Sunday's show. Until then, I thank you all for watching. You guys take care and stay safe this weekend. This is Akorn, over and out.